John, unless you've shown up to do my laundry or ghostwrite the final chapter, I'm not answering. Let me guess. You're here to remind me I missed my deadline? Oh, you're not John. He sent you instead? That boy really is getting creative with his guilt trips. Well, don't just stand there. You already came this far. Come in before the neighbors start assuming I've finally taken a lover. Which I wouldn't totally be opposed to. I take it he didn't give you much detail? That sounds about right. Vague instructions, a random address, and the expectation you'd figure it out once you got here. Well, this is me. Oh, right. My name's Teina. Yes, that Teina. Romance novelist, deadline dodger, queen of emotional monologues and unresolved tension. As I said earlier, I've missed my deadline. I've been stuck. I've got half a dozen outlines, zero inspiration. Everything just sounds hollow lately. Like I'm writing about people I've never met. Burnout and exhaustion can happen to anyone, sweetie. No matter how popular and amazing their creations are. Which is probably why my brother thought I could use a little company. You. My unannounced house guest and apparently surprise muse. He said you've been having a rough time. Burnout, stress, living off caffeine and existential dread. I'd say we make a fine pair. He also said midterms are eating you alive. Falling behind, barely sleeping, spiraling over every little mistake. Classic third-year crash. I remember that feeling. The way your brain just stops listening, like it's protesting the weight you keep stacking on top of it. You need structure. Someone to pull you out of your own head and shove knowledge back in. And lucky for you, I am very good at that. What are you studying at the moment? Let me guess. Something theoretical and unforgiving. God help you if it's economics. Look, I'll still teach you, but I reserve the right to mock your taste. I wasn't always a writer, you know. Before the novels, before the publishing deals, I was buried in textbooks like the rest of you. I used to tutor part-time, actually. Aced every class I touched. So, I can help you get back on track. I mean it. But I do have one condition. You want structure, focus, clear goals. Then I want something in return. Something simple. Now, hear me out. I want you to sleep with me. No, not like that. Calm those pretty nerves, sweetheart. I mean, literally. Sleep beside me in the same bed. Listen, I'm tired. Always tired. My brain is a blender after 9 p.m., and my spine has declared war on every pillow I own. I haven't slept properly in weeks. But when someone's next to me, someone warm, breathing, real, my body lets go. My mind quiets down. It's like being anchored. So, that's the deal. You get my tutoring, my notes, my terrifying flashcards, and I get a pillow with a pulse. Don't worry, you'll sleep clothed, respectfully distant. Unless you move closer, in which case, well, that's between you and your subconscious. Are you going to respond, or are you going to keep staring blankly at me? I could get a partner, if that's what you're thinking. A boyfriend, someone who actually volunteered for this. Well, thing is, I don't really have the energy to play the game. Dating apps, awkward dinners, small talk that feels like pulling teeth. Ugh. I don't have time for another person's curated mask. And you? You're already here. Stressed out, overworked, a little messy, a little quiet, and frankly, you're cute. In that tired, stubborn, trying too hard kind of way. You remind me of the characters I like to write about. The ones who fall into someone's life when they least expect it. The ones who look lost until someone makes them feel wanted. I'm not asking for romance yet. Just presence. Someone warm beside me when the nights stretch too long. Someone who won't fill the silence with empty words. And if you learn something in the process, if your grades improve, your brain starts firing again, then maybe this arrangement does us both some good. So, will you be my pillow? Or are you going to keep standing there pretending you're not curious? Alright then, enough stalling. Come on, sweetheart, let's move to my bedroom. I don't bite, unless you flinch when I'm half asleep. Oh, don't look so tense. It's just a bed, not an altar. You're not being sacrificed, just borrowed. Well, shoes off, jacket off too, and for God's sake, loosen your shoulders before you dislocate something. There you go. Not so scary now, is it? You're warm. Just as I hoped. You smell like coffee and textbook dust. Exactly the type who'd overwork himself for a grade that doesn't even count for much. I should have guessed. Hey, I need you to breathe. No, not like that. Slow, from the belly. In through your nose. Hold. And out through your mouth. Good job. God, it's been so long since I let anyone this close. You're as stiff as a board, by the way. You're going to cramp if you keep pretending I'm not right here. There. Let me tuck in just like this. One arm here. This thigh right between yours. And now you've got a chest to rest your head on. Perfect. Good boy. I know this is sudden. Suddenly in bed with someone you just met. Stressed and overworked out of your mind. But I assure you, a little break is what you need. When's the last time someone held you like this? Not out of obligation, not a quick pat on the back before you go back to grinding yourself down. I mean, really held you. Like you mattered even when you weren't doing anything at all. Most people don't get that. Touch without condition, closeness without performance, just presence. Do you want to know why I write about romance? Why I pour myself into all those overlong chapters and tragic, sweeping love stories? It's because I think a part of me is always reaching for something I've never really had. Connection, depth, that quiet understanding between two people who choose each other, even on the quiet days. Even when nothing exciting is happening. Even when it's hard. Don't get me wrong, I can be charming at a dinner party, flirtatious in a bookstore, poised in front of a panel. But at the end of the night, it's always just me and the blinking cursor on an empty page. Sometimes I write about love because I'm afraid I'll never quite feel it the way I describe it. Because it's easier to create intimacy than ask for it. Because I've gotten so good at being on my own that I forgot what it feels like to want someone close. But then you showed up. This sweet, overwhelmed little mess of a man, standing in my doorway with nothing but a backpack and eyes that screamed, "Please don't give up on me yet." And suddenly, I didn't want to sleep alone. And I know this doesn't fix everything. Not for you, not for me, but tonight and from now on, Maybe we can both just pretend that this is what it's like to be wanted, to be chosen, to be held. So you don't need to move, you don't need to speak. All you need to do right now is to just be here. I can feel your heartbeat picking up. Poor thing. You didn't think sharing a bed meant I'd be shy, did you? You're adorable when you're like this. Trying so hard to be polite. Like you're not quietly screaming inside because a woman's got her leg draped over yours. You're lucky I'm too tired to properly mess with you. Otherwise, I might be tempted to test how far down that blush goes. Relax. I meant what I said. No expectations. But teasing you a little? Well, that's just a bonus. You smell nice too. A little nervous sweat, maybe, but mostly warmth. Soft laundry, boyish shampoo. That's something I can't quite name that makes me want to keep breathing you in. Well, you're a good boy for staying, even when you're clearly overwhelmed. This would make a good novel, wouldn't it? The protagonist is dragged into his not-yet-girlfriend's bed, late at night, too flustered to say no, too tired to fight the pull of her warmth. She's older, obviously, smart, a little jaded, exhausted from writing other people's happy endings, and maybe, just maybe, she's starting to wonder if she's missed her own. And he's earnest, way too polite for his own good. The kind of boy who says thank you when handed a mug and apologizes when he bumps into door frames. He doesn't realize she's already writing him into every scene. Every lingering look, every sigh between lines of dialogue. She's not supposed to fall for him. He's just temporary after all. Just a guest in her home. A break in the silence. But he's kind and warm. And when he breathes in his sleep, she doesn't feel so alone anymore. Maybe she tells herself it's just research. For the book. For the next arc. That's what writers do, right? Live a little, steal from life, twist it into fiction so no one sees the truth underneath. Would you be mad if I turned you into a character? Change your name, of course. Made you taller just to annoy you. Gave you a tragic backstory. Or maybe a secret talent for a piano. But I'd keep your heartbeat just the same. Steady, stubborn, So easy to fall asleep to. I'd write that he stays, just for the night at first, then the next, and the next, and eventually he doesn't want to leave. I wonder if readers would believe that. That something this soft, this simple, could be the start of something real. I think I'd like to believe it too. No? You're shaking your head at me? After all that? Come on, that was a perfect ending. Don't worry, I won't write that part. The part where he gets all flustered and wriggly, like he's not secretly enjoying every second of this. Fine, he doesn't stay. He gets up, all polite and red in the face, stammering excuses like, "Thank you for letting me use your bed, Miss Teina," and then flees into the hallway like I've propositioned him at gunpoint. But the writer knows, even if he doesn't say it out loud, he wanted to stay. And maybe he'll be back the next night, and the next. Starting to catch on now, are you? You could have pushed me away at any point, but here you are. Still warm. Let me pretend we're already halfway through the story. The part where they both stop pretending. Good boy. You don't have to say anything. I'll write the rest for the both of us.